Very rich, very famous. I think you might have heard of him. Not everybody knows this, but I wrote a joke for O'Brien, and it goes like this. Hum-de-ra-dum-ra, Monroe loves your mother. O'Brien loved my joke so much that he said, this joke must be heard by 1 million people. And I said, O'Brien, don't be a fool. This joke can only be enjoyed by a maximum of 1,723. A mass audience will never understand. Hum-de-ra-dum-ra, Monroe loves your mother. 6 days later, O'Brien went downtown to the television studio. One of the network executives asked O'Brien about paper clips, and O'Brien said, Hum-de-ra-dum-ra, Monroe loves your mother. The network executive said, O'Brien, that joke is unbelievably funny. That joke must be heard by 1 million people. And O'Brien said, network executive, don't be a fool. A mass audience will never understand. Hum-de-ra-dum-ra, Monroe loves your mother. But then the network executive said, O'Brien, if you say that joke on television in about 6 seconds, I'll put you on the cover of Good Housekeeping. And O'Brien was so happy that he started to sing. Hum-de-ra-dum-ra, Monroe loves your mother. And 6 seconds later, there stood O'Brien live in front of 1 million television viewers. And he said, Hum-de-ra-dum-ra, Monroe loves your mother. The joke was executed poorly and became universally hated. The results of an internet computer survey showed that online web users ranked the Monroe joke as the #1 worst joke. It was also voted as the entire other numbers. Mass audiences were confused and scared. O'Brien tried to escape through the back entrance, but the mass audience had him cornered. The people demanded an explanation, and O'Brien said, "Don't blame me just because I was the one who said the joke. That particular joke wasn't written by me. That awful joke was created by a gang of Mongolian refugees who stormed our offices at midnight. The Mongolians broadcasted fake jokes and pretended to eat sandwiches from the office fridge. Sandwiches which were not theirs to have." O'Brien lied to his audience, and I swore that I would never write a joke again. I was watching the television, and I saw this image. And I said, Sigma Horse. The joke was successfully reimagined for a modern audience and it performed well. I calculated that this joke could be enjoyed by a maximum of 12,515 people. But remember, jokes are not jokes. These days, jokes are information. And information is YouTube videos. I dedicated my life to researching Sigma Horse. It was a hyper-specific interest that attracted a small but loyal audience. Sigma Horse exploded in popularity after he became controversial on the news.
Sigma Horse has now Sigma Horse is in it.
And I said,
Sigma Horse,
which expanded my die-hard audience to a total of 168. Now I can finally say what I've wanted to say for so many years. Conan O'Brien is a joke thief. I know that I can never take O'Brien's money or his wife away. The only thing I can take from him is his reputation. I did this because my father always told me that the only way to find justice in this world is to expose the true crimes of celebrities. As it turned out, my video about Conan O'Brien went extremely viral. It has been seen by literally hundreds of people, and one of those people is Conan O'Brien.
Dear sir, I watched your video. Thus, I sincerely apologize for stealing your joke.
O'Brien's apology enlarged my public image to an audience of 1,221. I wrote back to O'Brien to accept his apology, bragging lightly about my new joke. Hum-de-ra-dum-ra, loves your mother. I told O'Brien that I have increased the funniness of my joke by over 700%. I told him that I have attracted a large, small-sized audience, and that I am creatively satisfied with my work. But the sad reality is, no matter how large my small audiences are, I will always be tortured by Conan O'Brien. He's stole my joke. And now I have an obsessive disorder in my brain which makes me want to kill O'Brien's ego. Because he's a narcissist and he's rude. I told O'Brien that I need to find closure and move on with my life, and that will only be possible if I achieve undeniable and perfect success with my new joke,
Sigma horse.
and I informed him that I require a further exposure of exactly 11,205. To reach this audience, I asked O'Brien if he could put me in contact with a medium-sized podcaster, but O'Brien never responded.